All right, so this is the week 3 quality of life poll, and this one's for PvP. This is some interesting changes. I read through it a little bit, and let's get into it. All right, so to start it out, they said alongside the array of popular suggestions, they're also implementing some unpolled changes. So they're going to be adding some that are polled and some that are unpolled. And it says there's going to be a revised draft of the post later this week. So based on this video, if you watch it the day of release, some of the stuff might be different than what's actually on the poll. There might be some additions, some things removed, some things changed. So what I say in this video may not reflect what actually goes into the poll. Make sure you read it yourself. So to start out the unpolled changes, they're currently making it so that on Bounty Hunter worlds, right now, currently, you get targets a lot of the time that are deep wildy, and some people want to just go to Bounty Hunter world so they can skip. They can fight targets in low level wildy at edge for the edge fights. They're making it so that when you skip a target that's more than 5 wildy levels away from you, the penalty is a lot less. Currently, you get penalized for skipping targets even if they're pretty deep in the wildy. They're making that change. That way, you can keep doing Bounty Hunter without being affected by people that are in the, deep wilderness, which is good. It's a good update. I'm a fan of that. It looks like the next one will be a 10-second cooldown applied when you're on a PvP world if you teleport to the same place over and over. So I'm assuming this is probably something to do with like Varrock. A lot of people, they bring V-tabs and they're doing fights in Varrock Center, and they just keep tabbing so they don't take any damage to avoid like somebody's special attack, and they're going to be putting a 10-second cooldown on that. I'm not sure what the range on that is. I'm not sure. Maybe if you're in Varrock Square, just anywhere in there, and you use that tab, the person will still do damage to you. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they said it won't apply to jewelry. So I think that's interesting because it's not going to work for edge fights. So I guess only Varrock, and I'm not sure where else you teleport to that ends up being a safe zone or not a safe zone right away. Maybe somebody else who does more PvP than me knows, but I guess it's a good change for the people who, get griefed by fighting in Varrock Square and then somebody tabs and they don't take any damage and their specs wasted and the fight's just over. This was an interesting one. I didn't know the effect of the mud pie. I know that people use butterflies, or it's a very, very small amount of people that do this, but butterflies to boost up some stats, or different things they use on players to make them not able to do as much as they'd like. I did not know mud pies lowered people's run energy. It actually does that. I had no idea. So it looks like they're making a change to make so you can't use mud pies in singles, or you can only use like one person can use them instead of a whole clan using them. Apparently it drains your run energy. I had no idea. The more you know. All right, so this next question has to do with auto retaliate. If you get barraged, it always says you were frozen and cannot move. I'm not really sure if it's not working as intended. I don't really think that, maybe it's not. Maybe with crossbows and somebody's barraging you and moving all around, if you're in the range, it doesn't auto retaliate as it should. I guess they're making it so that works. Although I do know it probably won't work if somebody, barrage steps under, or I don't know, different things like that. You don't have like a ranged weapon on. I don't know. I guess they're adding auto retaliate to work properly as it should. And so the next two are also balancing issues with loot. So for PKers, if you're going to be PKing somebody at black chins, they used to be able to release the chins. They're making it so you can't do that. I'm not sure what the delay on it is, because you can probably release them still when you're not in combat. They said they're doing this for PVM and PvP. So I assume that it says when you're not in combat. I wonder how long that timer is. Is it 10 seconds? Is it 3 seconds? Because right now I could see somebody who's getting spectrated wanting to release their chins, where somebody who is, doing a one-on-one fight, maybe they won't release it, for honor's sake or whatever. If somebody kills me, then they kill me, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that that's balanced. I'm okay with it. It makes no sense. The PK shouldn't get rewarded for killing you with your chins. That's fine. Maybe it might make black chins more active though, which could have an effect as from a skiller like me. I'm not really a skiller, but I'm a bit of skiller and PVMer. Anyways, I'm okay with that change. That makes sense. Same thing with the looting bag. Currently, you can destroy it. Everything in it gets destroyed. Now, when you destroy it, everything will go to the floor. Or if you get PK'd and you have a looting bag, the stuff will appear on the floor for the person who killed you. It's a good update. It's a good change. And then they said to give feedback on the forums or at the bottom of the post. So if you go to the post, you can leave some feedback on what you think about those unpolled changes. Now let's get into the polled ones. All right, so the first question is, should a warning message be added when attempting to cast any of the wilderness teleports on the ancient spellbook, informing you that it will take you to the wilderness? It'd be possible to toggle it on and off. I think this is more of a PVM update, because there's certain places where you bring ancients, but you get law rune drops and you just don't want to pick them up in case of accidentally misclicking. This seems like a PVM update. more than PvP, because I feel like PvPers, if they want to go to the wilderness, they're probably clicking that teleport to go to the wilderness. Anyways, though, a toggle for that's good, because then you can start picking up your law runes. No problem with that. That's fine. And the next question, sorry, I messed up my scroll there. Oops. Next question is, should the wilderness obelisk teleport locations be ordered according to level rather than the current sorting? So right now I think it was like 44 and like 13, and then it's all out of order. So making it so they're all in order in the right levels, that's good. I don't see a reason not to add that. It makes sense. Next question is, should we add a free-to-play world that would act as a PvP world? This is a pretty cool one. With mobile coming, there's gonna be more players playing that, you know, don't have membership. Giving them a chance to try out what PvP is like, or even having PvP world free-to-play events. That could be something that could happen. That'd be cool to see. I got no problem with that. I'm not sure if it's going to replace a world or just be a new world. I feel like at this current state of the game, we need more worlds anyways. So I hope this is a new world and not replacing another free-to-play world that we already have. We'll have to see though. Should the PJ timer active in PvP worlds also be applied to bounty hunter worlds? So currently, I know there's people out there who do like rogue fights. They'll do like a one-on-one, and then all of a sudden they'll get one hit by their actual target because they'll just have some kind of stack going. I assume this is to counter that, to counter the spec stacking. I think that's probably what it is. I got no problem with that. I feel like people who do that kind of shitty. So yeah, that's fine. Next question is actually a pretty big one for the whole game, PvP and PVM. Should we increase the current limit applied to the zoom out distance? There would still be an upper limit, and the current render distance would remain unchanged. So being able to zoom out more. Other clients have uncapped zooms like OS Buddy and Conduit. I think RuneLoader probably has it as well. Being able to uncap the zoom or make it even just a little more is good. I believe on Twitter somebody mentioned the purpose for PvP would be if somebody's on a hill, you can't really see them, and then the fight just becomes, you know, you're just tanking there and you can't fight back. But it also would apply for certain things like the Inferno or maybe God Wars, just places where you want to be able to see more of the room. So I could see this being a good update for both PvP and PVM. It already exists on some clients, so making it so that it's on the official client is always nice. The next question is, should the effects of teleblock be fully removed when logging out? I like this one a lot. There's been a few times where I've been TB'd and I'm able to get away from the team. I'm just running through the trees. I'm able to log out. I log in, I still have to log in another world and just walk all the way down to one wildy, or out of the wilderness and then teleport out. Gets kind of tedious, especially if you're able to escape. I feel like you shouldn't be TB'd anymore. It makes sense. So yeah, they should add that. It's a good update for sure. The next question also has to do with teleblock. When the teleblock is cast on you, you get a message in your chat box stating how long it lasts for. Should the same message be given to the person who casts the TB? I feel like they get that message anyways, or that info, based on what the person was praying and if they see the big purple bubble. But I guess more information is, or being able to know the information easier is an update that players probably want. So I'm okay with it, although I just don't know if it's necessary. If you're paying attention, you should know if you TB'd somebody a half or a full anyways. All right, question number 8. In Deadman, they made a change that Protect from Magic does not reduce the duration of bind spells. And they're asking if they should do that only for Entangle, but if they should apply it to regular worlds too. So that way you can use Entangle. Let's say you're a TB'er or you're kind of a player who likes to use normal spellbook for Surge spells or maybe Sarah Strike. You're able to actually cast, a useful freezing spell. That's pretty good. I think I have no problem with it. It makes the normal spellbook have more use because currently, obviously, Ancients just does so well, especially Deep Wilderness. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Should the amount of XP players receive when splashing Entangle be slightly reduced so you know when you've actually caught the bind? That's a good update as well. I think they added that to something a while ago. I forget which spell it was, but they added it to some spell a while ago. So adding it to Entangle, nothing wrong with that. All right, the next question. Oh, here it is. This is actually a pretty big one. I don't think I'm going to vote yes to this one. Should we change it so that you're able to attack your opponent for 6 seconds after they enter a safe zone in PvP worlds? Currently, players are able to walk in and out of safe zones and attack without being attacked back. I think instead they should put a delay on the time when you can attack a player after leaving a safe zone, instead of making it so that you can kill somebody in a safe zone. I mean, I just picture somebody at Canby Bank training prayer and they misstep. They misclick on the bank, step out for like half a second, step back in, and all of a sudden they got some deboer on them for 6 seconds and they can't even fight back. That just seems a little weird to me. It reminds me of like when Deadman first came out. You'd have players who like unskull and they lose their skull so they can still fight you, but you can't fight back, and it just seemed a little broken. I don't like that idea. I think they should do something else to counter people going out and in instead of making it so players who are out can just fight back, if they can do that. It just seems a little odd. It's not something I'm really a fan of them adding. That's not something I want. All right, question 11. We recently implemented XP drop indicators for those with 200 mil XP and stats. Poorly implemented. Please fix that if you're watching this, NEJ mods. That is the worst update you've ever done. If you cast the barrage, you get 20 no hits and you don't even know what you hit. It's awful. Please fix that. Anyways, this would allow Iron Men. Oh wait, look, sorry, I didn't actually ask the question. Should they give XP drops, fake XP drops to Iron Men in PvP? This would allow Iron Men to not gain XP in PvP, but just be able to see what they would have hit. More indicators so that, you know, let's say they hit a spec on somebody, they know if they actually hit, so they're able to switch over to a different weapon, or they know if they caught a barrage so that they can, you know, switch out of that, whatever. I got no problem with that, as long as it's implemented correctly. Please don't make it so that there's like 20 fake XP drops. It's awful. Please do it right. If you do, yeah, please. Poll question number 12. Should the destination of the Revenant Cave teleport be moved to the North Cave entrance rather than the South? So I can't see this being something people would vote no to. I think most people like the North entrance, that most people enter Revenants from North entrance. It seems like the popular place to go if you're entering Revenants. I could see this making some clue scrolls more useful, or just getting to that area of the wilderness more useful or easier to access. It's pretty close to Black Chins, so if you don't have 99 Hunter, that might be the new go-to if you're going to Black Chins, or if you're doing like the clue step where you have to go to the Black Dragons underneath the wilderness. That might be something that, you know, people use that teleport for that purpose, instead of going to the south entrance and using a different method to get around. But yeah, I think it's probably a good spot. It just does make locations convenient to get to now. All right, another question which I'm probably going to vote no to. Question 13. Should the special attack of the Granite Maul be changed so that each use of it is delayed by 1 game cycle? This change would make the special attack work the same way the Dragon Thrown Axe currently does. I think that's... I mean, the G-Maul has been the G-Maul for a long time. If you can't counter the G-Maul, that's your fault for taking that damage, I think, for not expecting it. I guess people can currently stack like 110 damage in 1 tick, but... I mean, that's just how it is, right? That's RNG, that's timing. It's a lot of factors, which currently players who are able to pull off, you know, the 1 tick, the AGS to G-Maul, or anything, right? You know, Bolt to G-Maul, whatever they can do, as long as they can pull that off, they kind of deserve to, you know, get the chance for those hits, I think. And maybe PvPers, maybe PKers think that's annoying, the G-Maul is annoying, and they should change it. That's up to you guys. I don't PK that often, but I know how the G-Maul works, and I think it should stay. Just because it's been around for so long, it seems like such a weird change. But maybe people just think it's really OP. I think it's really only OP in low gear or low defense. If you have good defense, the G-Maul is not likely going to hit you very high, especially if you have, you know, something like some DH on or something, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? You let me know. The G-Maul, I'm probably going to vote no myself, but if people think it should be changed, change my mind on that. Let me know in the comments. All right, now we're getting to the last couple questions here. Should it be possible for players to reobtain the bear head after killing the Kendall in Mountain Daughter without fully completing the quest? I believe this is something for peers. I believe peers do this because the bear mask is really, you know, good for them, good bonuses. I think... I'm okay with this. I don't mind peers using the bear mask. Peers who don't lose the bear mask get the advantage, so why can't, you know, other peers get it back if they do happen to lose it in some way? That's fine. You know, it's an update for peers. Peers, please don't hate me. I'm voting yes for this. You're welcome. Should the color of the spellbook icons be changed to which one's currently active? So OS Buddy actually already has this. So again, another thing that clients have that the, you know, official client doesn't have. If you look right here, I'm currently on the ancient spellbook and it's a little pink or purplish, and oh, it's pinkish. It'd be purple if I was on Arceus. Anyways, yeah, other clients have this. Why not add it to the actual client? All for that. I'm always for making the official client, you know, a little bit better so that people aren't using third-party clients. I personally use OS Buddy, and, you know, for good reason. There's a lot of things on there that are convenient for me, and I'm sure other players have the same thought, which is why they use those clients. So yeah, I'm for it. Why not? And to wrap it all up, I think that's pretty much everything. The question I'm voting yes to is pretty much everything except for the PvP safe zone one and the G-Maul one. I'm still questionable on it. A couple of these changes are pretty significant for certain things. I think the TB one, where if you log out, you're not TB'd, I think that affects clans that pre-TB and then world hop. But I have no problem with that. I mean, clans that pre-TB, maybe they, you know, they shouldn't do that, or if they do it, they should stay on one world for a little while. The Black Chin one's pretty good, actually. It's a pretty big one. I wonder if that'll affect it and make more PKs come. What do you guys think? Anyways, give me your feedback. I will catch you in the next video, and thank you for watching.